Alright everybody, welcome back to my Direwolf 20 Let's Play. I've been a little busy. I've got some things going on today. Trying to set up some Mine Factory Reloaded. I want to start an automatic tree farm. Probably the MFR rubber trees would be a good idea because then we can get plastic from the wood and we can get regular wood. Plus we can make charcoal with it, do a bunch of other things. One of the things I'm finding that I'm going to need quite a bit of is this alloy smelter from Ender.io. It allows me the ability to do a lot of power and everything else very compactly. So I need the alloy smelter to make the materials for the cables in Ender.io. If you haven't seen, these are the energy cables. They involve conductive iron, or at the next level is energetic alloy, and the top level is vibrant alloy. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm going to start with the bottom one here with energy conduit. Needs conductive iron. If we look, that's iron and redstone in an alloy furnace. So the first thing we had to do was make up a basic capacitor, and we'll show that. Basic capacitor is nice and simple. Some gold nuggets, copper ingot, and some redstone. Now what we need to do is make a machine frame. So we've got some iron fence here, the capacitor in the middle, and the iron on the outside. Just like that. Now we want to make the alloy smelter itself. Here we go. We're going to need a cauldron, which I should have enough for that. There we go. We got a cauldron. And we're going to need 3 furnaces. So let's go grab a stack. I think I grabbed 2. I did. Put 1 back. We're going to need 3 furnaces. I'm going to go ahead and make 8. I seem to be using quite a bit of these. So here we go. We've got this right here. That right there. And bang, we've got our alloy smelter. Now this is used to create different alloys within the Ender.io system. We can take these generators off. You can tell we are full to the max in our leadstone energy cell. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off for a second. We're going to turn put our alloy smelter here. And the first thing I'm going to need is that energy alloy here. Let me type in conduit again. The conductive iron is redstone and iron. So I've got 1 there. That's not going to get us very far. But we've got, thankfully, Turtle over there doing his thing. So let's go see what we have in the way of iron, and I'll be back in a little bit once I get some electrical cable made. Actually, let's go ahead and make our harvester and some other stuff. I've gotten the materials together for that. We might as well get that out of the way. So one of the first things I need to do is upgrade this tool station. So let's do that real quick. That requires a tool station in the middle, 3 seared brick on top, and then 4 blocks of aluminum. And now we get the tool forge. That lets us get some upgraded equipment. The one I'm looking for is this lumber axe. I want to be able to carry that around with me while I take down trees. I'm also trying to get a hammer together so that we can do some caving on our own, and an excavator. So those are going to be the 3 big things. But anyway, here we go. Working on the Mine Factory Reloaded. The first thing we're going to make is a planter. And there we go. We've got the materials for that. That's real easy. Some flower pots rather, some plastic sheets, which you can cook the rubber from an MFR rubber tree, which I'm growing right there, and then you cook the rubber again to make plastic, and when you put the plastic together rather, you get sheets. So there we go. We've got our planter, and we can see that takes RF to plant, and then we're going to need our harvester. So let's go ahead and pull that up. And okay, so this is a known bug anything that doesn't stack will not shift click. So if we do this, we hold down control, we can see it. And we can load it in ourselves. Whoops, that's my personal shears. Let's put in some new ones. Some plastic. And another factory machine block. And there we go, we got our harvester. So now we've got the ability to plant the trees and the ability to harvest the trees. And we've got some power. So we want to use the Ender IO to make some power cables so that we can get this going. And then the next thing I'm probably going to make is going to be a redstone furnace, I'm thinking. Something to generate power, or actually what I may use is this furnace generator. And have it generate power so that it'll just cycle, and then we'll be able to generate power and keep this leadstone energy cell charged. Actually, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Can I pick it up? Yes, I can. Alright. We're going to put this up here. Go ahead and upgrade it. Got some NVAR ingots here. We're going to go ahead and update this to the hardened energy cell. So it'll hold 2 million RF. It also gives us the ability to expand how much power it puts out and takes in. We can put up to 400 in and out, which is a nice number. Let's drop this down so they equal. So at any rate, we've got that going for ourselves. We'll have some good reliable storage space for power, a buffer even, and we'll be able to have our planter and harvester going. And we'll work on some reliable power. So like I said, I'll be back when I get the power cables all set up and cooked down in our alloy smelter. Hello everybody, I'm back and I've been busy. Just cooking up some glass here for no reason except to cook it up. So it's nighttime. Let me sleep real quick and we'll go over some of the things. I've been pretty busy. So I built the planter and the harvester from Mine Factory Reloaded. And I started by setting up a little system over here just to run some tests. And I used the Ender IO cables. You can hear the generator running. Ender IO conduits. I love these conduits because you can combine them into one intersection, so it saves on a lot of space. Really, I can bring this one down. In fact, I should totally do that. I should totally watch them bounce. Can't believe I didn't think about it, to be honest with you. And I was hung up. There we go. So basically, you can combine cables in one intersection here. You just click on the intersection, and it adds them right in. And that's a lot of space saving when it comes to running wiring and everything. So that's what I used. I have a filter, not there, here, saying we're going to whitelist only oak wood. So the oak wood's coming into our furnace here, which is generating power. And then over here underneath I have another furnace, or another filter rather, that says alright, only insert oak saplings into this one. And you can see I started with 7. I'm already building up oak saplings. This energy cell rather started off with about 840,000 RF, and now it's up to 973. And while it's not a big gain, it does make some gain even when these trees go crazy. And you can see it starts running right away. And it, like I said, it's a small gain, but what I really like to do is kind of get some more efficiency out of this wood. If you see oak wood burn, the burn time for a log is 300. And if we go into a plank, you'll see the burn time is also 300. So it would be a lot more efficient, and we could actually generate excess power if we turned our logs into planks before putting them into our furnace. So that's a little bit of what I was working on. I went through, let me grab some steak. I'm going to walk around hungry the whole episode. Okay, so I grabbed some materials, and what I was looking up was the, what was it? It was this thing. It was sawmill. So I was looking up the thermal expansion sawmill, and we come over to this recipe here. We need to start off. It's pretty simple. We got an iron axe, we got a machine frame, some wood, a redstone reception cable, which this one is just the gold and the red, or the redstone rather, and then just some copper gears. So real quick, I want to make that up. Whoops, over here. And it looks like I might be out of... Nope, there's some, and of course I'm one short. So let's go ahead and let's just... Oh, wait. Here we go. I got plenty of copper in blocks. I haven't done all of my ore processing yet. In fact, like I said, I got glass in here now. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is get to copper gears. Are they all? They are all copper. Okay. And then, let's see, we're going to need an iron axe. So let's get our iron axe. And what else are we going to need here? For our machine frame. 10 gear. Okay, 10 gear is easy enough. We're going to put an iron in the middle. And not enough 10 ingots around the outside. Not enough. Not enough. Oh, wait, I got a 10 block on me. Alright. So we need a 10 gear. Alright. And we're going to need a little bit more iron, it looks like. I swear I prepared. Let's see. Do I have any cooked up? And the answer this time for real is no. I'm just going to go ahead and throw everything of what we got in there and let it melt down. Alright, so let's check out what else we need for the sawmill. We need 2 planks, a redstone reception cable. I need to grab some redstone for that. Just take 13. Alright. 1, 2. Alright, there's that reception cable. Of course, I got planks on me. So now, we're just waiting on that iron to get done here, which it'll be done in a second. And we only need 1. Let's go ahead and switch this to molten iron and grab one of those. Switch this back. I'm going to keep working and getting that glass out of the smeltery. Alright, and we're going to need a 10 gear. And was the glass on the outside? I guess we'll find out. It was not. Alright, there's our machine frame. And okay, that should be easy. We're going to put this in the middle. Put our 2 planks on the outside. Iron axe in the middle. 2 copper gears, and bam, we got our basic sawmill. Now we can upgrade this excuse me, to a higher tier. Let's see, that's the second tier. This is it. Yeah, adding an electrum gear provides additional lumber over the basic sawmill. And that's 4 Invar and an electrum. I wonder if I have that electrum. I think I do, as a matter of fact. It would be nice just to jump ahead while we could. Nope. I've only got 3 electrum at the moment. Well, that's okay. We got plenty to go with right now. Let's see. Let's make some more iron ingots. Switch that back. Nope, don't want blood, want iron. So actually I can't do anything with that either. I was going to go ahead and make another item filter, but I don't think I need one anyway because there's a plant spreading somewhere every time that goes off. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our sawmill right here. We're going to go inside. We're going to turn off all the configs. And we're going to open the left for incoming. And we're going to change the right for exporting. And then what we're going to do is we're going to shift left click. And we're going to see our item filter stayed for some reason. I must have put one in there earlier when I was playing around. And last but not least, we need to get some power to our sawmill. So let's see here. We're going to turn on the power to the back. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh, that's the bottom, and that's why. That's the back. There we go, and boom. So there goes our sawmill. And again, you see the burn time is 300. It's filling up with RF. We'll find a place to dump this sawdust off. But we get the same burn time out of planks. So we're getting, here we are getting 6 planks for every oak log that goes into it. And of course, it's burning those planks. It's going to be a windfall when it comes for power. So we put a lot of time into this. I put a lot of time off camera. But now we've got a system where we can run power pretty much not continuously, but it'll be a power operation that actually generates excessive power, which is what we want. I didn't want this close to the house because I wanted to be able to test it first before I did anything. I also wanted to kind of get an idea of what was going on from a footprint perspective. So we'll watch it here. Sawmill's getting to work, doing its thing. Now at some point we'll want to put this dust someplace else. I don't know if this sawdust will burn. Actually, if I hover over it, it should say. It does not say it burns. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there's a byproduct use for that, and I don't know offhand what that use is. So we're going to do this, though. We're going to go ahead and set up a chest. And it just so happens I had enough planks on me to do it. And it's night again. And we're going to put this chest on top. And in the configs over here, we're going to change this to just yellow. Just yellow is the sawdust, so it'll automatically vacate the sawdust into the top. We got tons of storage here, so we don't have to worry about the sawdust getting in here and clogging up the sawmill. And you can see we've already got way more planks than we need, and the power is over 1 million, and it's continuing to grow just since that one tree. So now we're finally in a situation where we've got some power excess, and we can start utilizing this as a buffer. If we move the whole system closer to the base, we can start adding some really nice equipment. I'm going to leave it over here for one reason and one reason only. Over here in this cave that Tyrant set up, we have straight to bedrock. We used a turtle that he has. That one of the first things we always build is a turtle. I tend to be very resource intensive, and a turtle is fairly cheap to get. Ooh, quicksand. Turtle is fairly cheap to get, and with just a modicum of coal, you can start them running, and they'll work all the way down. The command is real easy even. Just set up a turtle in a spot, tell it to excavate and give it a number. So in this case, I think it was excavate 15. And when he set it up, the turtle takes off, and it makes a 15 by 15 hole. If the number had been excavate 9, it would have made a 9 by 9 hole. And it starts at whatever level you put it at, and it goes down, all the way down to bedrock. It doesn't stop for mobs. It doesn't stop for anything. It just keeps going. And that's real useful when it comes to starting off early because of the sheer amount of materials you go through. We got a ton of cobble from it. This is some of the miscellaneous junk it dropped from killing mobs, and it does kill mobs. Not deliberately, but if they're in its way, it'll kill them. We got a ton of... Wow, still going good. Yep, over 1,100,000. Probably should sleep. We got a really great amount of cobble going on here already. See, we've got almost 2 full barrels, as well as 8 stacks of dirt. So, oh, there was one more thing I wanted to explain to you about this setup. Something you have to worry about with the harvester, and so now's a good time to point it out. So the harvester, as a byproduct, has this chemical in it called sludge. And I showed the equipment, but I didn't really explain anything. The sludge comes in, goes into this sludge boiler. And over time, it fills up with sludge. It will process the sludge and put items into the system. Whoops. And we're getting it from both sides. That's okay. I'm getting ready to relocate this all anyway, but thanks for the sand, mate. Alright. So, at any rate, the sludge boiler processes sludge, and when it does, it actually poisons you if you're near it. So to avoid that, you set up a chest, like we have, and this chest initially catches all the supplies from the harvester here. So it catches wood, apples, it even got this decaying wheat from a tree. And so it goes through and you get these first, well, not this, you get these 2 plus logs plus saplings, okay? No big deal. But when this sludge boiler produces or processes sludge, it produces tons of different blocks. That's what all of this is. Not that. That's what all of this is. So, you know, you get gravel, dirt, sand, clay, peat, which I'm not sure why it separated the peat. You also get soul sand, heat sand, red sand. You get mycelium. There's a bunch of different products. I want to say there's like 14 or 15 different products you get from this. And you can see currently there's no sludge in it. So it's a real pain in the butt, honestly, if you keep it near, we'll put these up here. If you keep it near your base, it's a real pain. You have to kind of keep your distance. So that's why I have this little arm jutting out like this. But again, we got the conduit set up, and for these Ender IO conduits, oops, I better move. There I go, getting poisoned. And that's from the sludge boiler working. Alright. So for these Ender IO cables, you can see they've got an input. If I right click, nope, if I left click, oh, I have to shift left click. So if you shift left click, you can actually change the mode. And for this, for items, which is this green duct right here, I only want it to expel items. The power doesn't matter, and the water doesn't, or the fluid doesn't matter. Over here, you can see for this item chest, I have it going in and out because I need it to be able to send oak wood over to the sawmill. Must have disconnected something. Oh, you know what? That cable must have disappeared. Thanks to... That cable must have disappeared thanks to... That cable must have disappeared thanks to the creeper. Alright, so we're going to shift left click. We're going to put a filter in. It's set to insert. And there's our filter right there, and so it did at least drop the filter. That's cool. There we go. Wow, yeah, the power gain's been crazy. Okay, so let's turn that down a little bit so we can go over this without getting our ears blown out. So this chest right here is set to accept and send items, and there's no filter on it at all. If we look here, No filter at all. It's just running. This we just showed. It is set to accept whitelist only oak wood. And down here, this one, I don't know if you can see it, is set to accept only oak saplings, which I know I just showed, but that's how the system all sorts out. There's a priority system in this, which I'm not using currently, where you can set the priority. Let me find this one right here. You can actually set the priorities so that, let's say you want oak wood to go to maybe multiple locations, but you want it to fill up one location first and then go to another one. So this would be what that would be used for. So the higher this number here, the higher the priority it takes. This simple system doesn't need a priority, but later on when we implement like a storage system and we want to use the priority to help kind of navigate items around. So I'm just kind of blown away. We're at 1,000,003 and climbing. Sawdust is building up a little bit. Some of those other items are building up a little bit. I'm going to dump that off. I might want to look into moving this sooner rather than later, simply because of this storage system right here will not hold everything. And the apples are a num-num source of food. So basically this is a setup that we're going to use for power generation. It's not high output, but it'll definitely get us a little ways, especially in the case of our next big project that we want to start looking at. And again, I am a guy who loves digging with quarries, and that's where we're at right now. So let's see, we're going to need 8 diamonds for that, 3 more for this guy, so a total of 11 diamonds, 8 gold, bunch of iron gears, and actually, do I need, whoops, here we go, disregard, let's see, we're going to need stone gears for that, some iron gears, some gold gears. So I got a little bit of work to put into that quarry. Now, this system won't necessarily single-handedly power a quarry. What I'll more than likely do is build another hardened energy cell beside it, stockpile power, and then only when they're both full will I set up a line running straight to a quarry underneath here so that we can start excavating on a bigger scale. It would be nice to be able to have that kind of power generation from this. The good thing this system does allow is for expansion. In these Mine Factory Reloaded machines, you have this chip slot right here, which are for upgrades. And we can look, they have upgrades that increase a radius all the way up to 11 by 11 more. So currently it's at 3 by 3. It would go up to, let's see, that's a radius. So that would go up to 25 by 25, a massive grid, and trees would be sprouting the whole time. This machine would be overworked for sure, but in that sort of case, we would have power generation actually lined up. I don't really want to get that big with the tree farm, only because I know from times past that it gets a little laggy, even on a machine like mine. So chances are when I do expand this, it'll just be to maybe a 5 by 5 or 7 by 7 tops. And then that way we have enough tree production growing that it should be able to keep up with a couple of generators and feed our power needs perfectly for that quarry. So I think that's pretty much going to be it for today. Going to work on building a quarry. Going to look at working on some more generators so we can get some more power going. And we definitely need more storage, because as it stands, this unit is going to be full very shortly. So we'll work on that, and next time when we come back, we'll see what we can't do about beginning with a quarry and getting massive materials. Then the next thing we have to look at is a storage solution, because these barrels are not going to be able to cut it. So maybe we can start playing with some applied energistics. So until next time, it's Exonerated, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.